epics left and right. A lot of passion, a lot of emotion, and that's just the fans. The players, you'll have a chance to see what we've witnessed over the past several days here. 10 days of action, and this is the penultimate, as we say in British English, the second to last day in the 100-year anniversary of Ittf and World Championships. Team Japan with a massive victory over the women of Team Germany. It was not easy with Han Ying, Sabine Winter, and Nina Mittelham playing some incredible table tennis, but a big turnaround, and Japan delivered. We've got Team Chinese Taipei of the men versus Team Japan, which should be fascinating. And then we've got the men's teams, China and France, to close out the night. But coming up next, it's Team China and Team Romania for the women. Sun-Ying Xia, world #1, Xia for well over 3 years now, will be up against Elisabetta Samara, who sat out yesterday, but she's in solid form. Wang Manyu and Bernie Such, the second matchup. Kwai Man, Andrea Dragamon, and if, in all fairness, Romania earns a fourth match, it's going to be Sun-Ying Xia versus Bernie Such, which Bernie has won in that battle before. And if there's a fifth, Wang Manyu and Eli Samara in the clutch. Get ready for the all-star team. It was 16 years ago that China was not world team champions. The women are as strong as can be. Wang Yidi on the left, screen right, Chun Ching Tong. Here's Kwai Man, Mandy as she embraces Wang Manyu, the eel, with a big fan club here. And the biggest fan club of them all, she's earned it. Her Majesty, Her Royal Highness, Xia, Baby Buddha, Sun-Ying Xia has entered the arena, and a squad that is a dream team, the most dominant team in the world. Team China and the women really a step ahead of the rest of the world. And now, Team Romania, Adina Diaconu. This is the first time they've made a semi-final that they've medaled at the World Team Championships. Elena Zaharia here. Since 2000, 26 years, Andrea Dragamon has been clutch. Very strong yesterday. Elisabetta Samara here, the veteran, the big sister of the team. And with the shiny shoes, the sparkle toes, the one who brought the whole team on top of the table. Bernadette Such, what is that? You know what? Whatever it is, it's warmly welcome here. It is fun, it is fiery, and bringing some sparks and some sparkles all around. Team Romania, with a rich history in the women's game, has been starring. Oh, look at this! Philemon. I gotta get some backstory on this. It's always tough. That said, take a look here. Team China with a clear bagel over Team Romania in the group stages, over Team Chinese Taipei, bagel. Korea Republic, bagel. Poland, Natalia Bajor, hats off. The only match taken against Team China, Sweden couldn't do it. Korea Republic could not do it. The three women, 1, 2, and 7 in the world. Interesting, Kwai Man has not had perfect credit score here. There have been some dents in the record, but that is the lineup here today. So Sun-Ying Xia, Wang Manyu, the two who've been leading the team, and Kwai Man with a bright future ahead. But let's look at Team Romania's road in. China in the group stages, a 3-2 victory over Korea Republic, 3-1 over the women of Chinese Taipei, that team that runs incredibly deep. Netherlands without dropping one. Egypt, man, is that one to go back and watch. And 3-1 over France. But look at Romania. Wow, was this a crazy battle. Watch the table shake. If people ever say table tennis is just mini tennis, normally it's not, but if you're literally standing on the table, it becomes that much closer. The emotions could not have run higher. Good times. Could this be the Last Supper, though? Could this be a delicious meal before the fate to come? World number 26, 44, and 57 is Andrea Dragamon. But the two leaders, Bernie Such and Elisabetta Samara, you've had a chance to see, and they'll be on the table now. Speaking of tables, oh, figuratively that is, literally, let's see. I think if they do win this team tie, they will not just be on the table, they will flip it. 2-0 is the head-to-head favoring the world ranked number 1. And the world ranked number 13 in 2014 is currently world ranked number 44. Here's Rita Tato-Taga, our umpire for the coin toss. The Tata coin toss, nonetheless, opening doors left and right for players to determine who serves and where they stand.
I have red and blue. Blue for Romania and red for China. You win the toss. Side.
Xia chooses the right side of the table, but what a class act. Gives the coin toss to her veteran, to her senior, Elisabetta Samara. I'm Adam Bobrow as we see the leaning racket reveal. We also have the commentator reveal. It's a boy. It's Fraser Riley. Welcome back, Fraser.
Great to be with you, Adam. Cannot wait for this royal weekend of table tennis here. We've got the queens of Europe against the queens of not just Asia, but the whole wide world. Can't wait for this one.
And we've even got a princess in the house, Her Royal Highness Jordan. So a lot to look forward to here. Everybody comes together for the biggest event of the year. Years in the making. Check out the short film, Who is the GOAT of Table Tennis? ITTF's channel, Davey. What an amazing film from Joachim Davey. Really incredible. The 25-year-old Sunying Xia in the last battle she played was not just pushed to a decider. It was a difference of the absolute minimum. 2 points. Kim Na-young putting up an incredible fight, testing Xia. The heartbeat, the breathing. You don't see it too much from Baby Buddha, but it's rare someone really goes toe-to-toe with her like that. It
really is. She has around a 95% win record against players outside of Team China. World number 1 since 2022. Came back there from 2-1, 4-1 down. Incredible performance from Kim Na-young.
And just to be clear, 95% means that 1 in 20. Unbelievable against Xia. That's obviously the other 19er. Xia is 37 years old, has dealt with all sorts of injuries, surgery, and comes back against an informed Mima Ito from 0-2 down. That was a match where if you're calling it, you say 10% at best, Ellie Samara, and she wins. And then she does something similar to Satsuki Odo in a very short time span later. I'd say she's in incredible form, which makes it quite interesting that she didn't play yesterday.
Yeah, I wonder why she didn't play. We was worried that it was injury, but no, she's back here fighting fit. As we see Marlin, the 2008 Olympic champion and head coach of the women's team.
AKA Penhold God, a man who's been incredible, and a man who's 1-0 against an even more dominant predecessor, Wang Liqin, or at least same generation, I should say. But Wang Liqin now the president of CTTA.
First game. Romania to serve. Lavo.
That is a man full of discipline and humility, Wang Liqin. But now, the women on the table. Here we go. Oh, quick start. Ellie Samara with a backhand down the line, an untouched third ball for Her Highness, Sunying Xia.
She actually did take a game in their last meeting. Ellie Samara, that was at the Singapore Smash this season.
No TTR? That was probably the most heartwarming moment of the entire event, was Xia going out of her way to help her opponent and say, challenge it, you'll win. Take the TTR.
How charming is that?
Oh, it just brings tears to the eyes.
One of the most respected players, I think it's fair to say. Ellie Samara, someone who's been at the top of the game for such a significant spell. A magical left-hander.
One of very few you'll see put on an exhibition point in the women's game. A rare occasion, though. Fight time now. Taste of her own medicine here. Deja vu back in the DeLorean all the way back to the first point of this team tie.
Deceptive there, Sunying Xia inside the table. Forehand-orientated player, the backhand divisive.
Now, Fraser, I didn't talk you up as much as I normally do. It's great to have you here as one of the more experienced table tennis aficionados on the mic. With this packed house here, what can you tell us about Ellie Samara's serve game?
Oh, wow, it's incredible how dynamic it is. She can shovel, she can hook around the ball. It's almost like a cloak, the way it's revealed. It's so difficult to identify how much side, top, or backspin is on it. She can make it incredibly handcuffing for the receiver. Very difficult for Sun Ying-Xia to power flick or power push the serve that she plays.
And she's even got that fast, wide serve that can ace a right-handed player.
Yes.
Comes out from time to time.
We want to see it.
Oh, man. I would love to see it.
Point one.
Right. Speaking of pendulums here, Xia, good deception on this one, but there's also a lot of pressure knowing that the third ball, you want to make it really uncomfortable, so it's a tall order. Not a bad flick. The placement is good, but Xia gets there and hands and thunder sticks come a-clapping.
Yeah, trying to guide it out wide there. Full extension, Xia looping the ball. Marlin, the magician there on his feet.
Merlin would work perfectly, though, because he is a magician.
Exactly.
That's why you said, I love it. That'd be funny if, like, deep in the heart of Beijing, they call him Merlin. No, obviously, it's his native language, so they're not going to mispronounce his name. Clever idea. You can see the frustration, but on the other side, no way. I was just thinking of the Sung sisters. There was a Rachel Sung-like resemblance, and they look like Shuang Bao Tai. They look like twins. What an awesome experience to have with a sibling, let alone sharing a womb.
It's been wonderful to see the ball kids just lapping it all up. They've got some of the best seats in the house down there. Shout out to all the table tennis clubs in London.
Ah, they're supplying the ball kids, huh?
Yeah.
Cool opportunity. Much like playing against Sun Ying-Xia in the semifinals. And this is something else we forgot to talk about, that the backhand of Ellie Samara is very capable, much like Bernie in some senses. She generates a lot of spin, but with a slightly shorter stroke. And I think you might want to talk about that bottle challenge serve as well.
Yes, exactly. That serve down the line, using it as a real weapon. It's more memorable, really, that we see it from left-handers such as Lin Wenru, but obviously right-handers can do it too. Oh.
Hoping for a short TTR moment, but Xia manages to get the torso out of the way and find the forehand. Sold out on the floor, the mosh pit area. This is where, this is people saying, just get me a ticket wherever you possibly can. I want to watch this live. And now, 7 game points for Baby Buddha. Only needs the one. So a righty versus a lefty. Cool to see a right-handed player use the bottle challenge serve against a lefty, but there's no reason they shouldn't. It's equally as effective. The opportunity's just the same. And there is some quick homework right now assigned to the veteran student, Ellie Samara, as Xia takes game 1, 11-3. Game number 2 of the women's singles, women's team semifinals coming up.
Second game, China to serve, Lavo.
Love all. Table tennis bringing the world together, fans from all backgrounds with one love here. Table tennis, 100 years in the making. Same start as last game, but that was 1/3 of the total pie for Ellie Samara first time around. Eyebrows raised, and she looks back to the bench to try and turn things here, maybe. Different story on the scoreboard this time around.
It's a great game number 1 from this stadium-filling star, Sun-Ying Shah. As good as Samara is away from the table, improvising with the flair, she has to be as aggressive as possible. She has to play one shot with the next in mind. Staying closer to the table is overall going to increase her percentages.
Yeah, that's a perfect point to bring up. And as a 37-year-old, it's just one more reason staying closer is important. I mean, Nisha Lien is in what, her 26th World Team Championships? Maybe just, it's got to be World Championships, period.
Yeah. She was a gold medalist for China in what, 1983?
Left, 2-1.
I'm trying to think, I was 2 years old. Yes, now I remember.
Yeah.
No, I was on a pacifier and shouting Jayo.
In her 60s, still slinging. Actually played Sun-Ying Shah at the 2024 Olympics. Nisha Lien.
That's a rough draw. You don't have easy draws at the Olympic Games, but Sun-Ying Shah, man, don't get much tougher than that. Shout out to Chun Man. So Fraser, you gave us some good insight in terms of tactics, in terms of distance from the table. What else can Ellie Samara do to maybe just increase her chances against, well, Sun-Ying Shah?
For me, she has to try and create contrasts. She has to be very relaxed on the receive. Good idea there with the guide flick. I do feel as though trying to slow the game down earlier to freeze the ultimate power player, Sun-Ying Shah, will help her out. Try and slow down the game, play lots of rotation, and then get in position, try and find a wide angle, because Sun-Ying Shah isn't the tallest player.
That's right. Look where you can for any opportunity to take advantage. That is not exactly what you described, but of course, the intention is clear. Take risks on serve. And throughout the rally, for that matter. You know, with Ma Long here right now, he's often been described as the most complete player in the game. And I think at this point in time, and for quite some time, there's no question that Sun-Ying Shah has been the most complete player in the game. I only bring that up because while you described her as the most explosive, which is true, that is just one of many superlatives.
Yeah.
There's so many different aspects of the game that she is the most capable, the most qualified, and just the top at.
For sure. It's not just the stroke making, it's the transitions between them. It swings and roundabouts, as we say in British English. If you want to get something really strong, that comes at a sacrifice. At the top of the game, if you want to outlast your opponents, as we see some fans there in the crowd, loving it here.
Do you think they're married? Because they were carrying the opposite flags, I'm just saying. Oh, that wrist.
Yeah.
Flavian Colton, Elisabetta Samara, these are 2 wrists on the list. Look at that brush.
Letting that wrist slide to fade the ball. Samara then coming through it, but yeah, I'm just going to say the top players in the world are usually forehand orientated, so the backhand is used in a more probing manner. There you can see Xiao Xiao is looking for that. She can impose herself more, transfer more weight through the forehand.
Guess that made Fang Zhendong a bit of an anomaly, yeah?
Yeah, I guess he was a bit more balanced between the 2 rings, more the modern style.
I like it. Just thinking back to those, the 2 people that seem like they must be quite close. Just reminding us that this is all fun. Bringing the world together. While it is all fun, for the players on the table and anyone who's ever seen them in the practice hall, it's more than that. It's their livelihood. It's their responsibility. If you know table tennis well, you might be excited to see your favorite players in the practice hall, but you know not to bother them before a match. That said, 1 point the better than where she was last game, but clearly not the result she's looking for. She's got serves and 6 game points to defend. And what started to feel briefly like an exhibition point was simply the work of a crafty Xia finding the crossover while Ellie was still at the table. One, and then a second one right in at that elbow.
Yeah, just all-seeing, all-knowing. Xia using a peripheral, never taking an eye off the ball or the opponent.
Well, keep your eyes on this match because the scoreboard, only 7 points for the opponent. One more game, at least. But Xia will look to close it out in 3. So a little look here at the past winners, how successful women's teams have been at collecting the Corbion Cup. 5 times Romania did it. The 50s, man, that is where it was at. Some sweet times there that were jolly good. China 23. Add up all the other numbers there. Less than 23. You don't even have to do all the math. And another time that one of the many that China won was 2 years after their defeat in 2010. It was Dortmund, Germany against Singapore. The exact same team came back and they got their revenge. Oh yeah, what a moment here. Ding Ning, Liu Shiwen with some short hair as ever. Well, oh, Li Xiaoxia getting a bit of a scare there. He would go on to be not only a world champion, but an Olympic champion and retire at 28. Dream of opening a bakery.
Wow, I didn't know that. But an Olympic champion here in London, Li Xiaoxia.
Man. Very dramatic one with Ding Ning on the other side of the table. That would be Ding Ning's inspiration to learn English. If you haven't heard the story, tune in for table tennis more often. But man, it's tough to watch that and not cry. Right now, there's nothing clouding the vision in the eyes of Elisabetta Samara. And I think the same could be said clearly for baby Buddha, the world #1, Sunying Xia. Nice side swipe there.
Samara calmly spinning that ball fairly shallow. Sunying Xia trying to come in over it. Couldn't quite do so on that occasion.
That little bit of extra here. You'll hear players say 110%, and it's of course figurative, but sometimes you just find that reserve tank in these moments.
That's right, with the adrenaline pumping through your veins, like it must be right now for Samara. Obviously Romania guaranteed to be on the podium, making it to a semi-final for the first time in 26 years here. They're going to give it all.
Well, just a little reminder for context to add to what you said. Team Romania gave Ellie Samara a bit of a break in the last round. And Xia is such a staple that she's expected to take 2. So we can't count Romania out for this just yet.
2-0.
Everything is going as planned. That said, China, the strong favorites.
Left.
Although the reason we had to stop before this is because of all the Romanian fans in the crowd right now.
And they're going to get very, very vocal, especially as we get deeper into this women's team semi-final. The next match, by the way, Soch against Wang Monyu.
Good start here, same score line in terms of the total points in game #1 for Ellie Samara. But this is a must-win for Elisabetta Samara. Sunying Xia, it's amazing how seriously she takes her job. It's not to say that she doesn't enjoy it, but she understands the responsibility and what she represents out here wearing that flag. Good soft block to cover the middle, but it comes in shallow, and Xiaoxia's there to put it away.
Well, sometimes you stop and think, how come it is that Sunying Xia and Wang Chuqin have so many fans? Maybe because they need them. Such pressure on such young shoulders. It's amazing how they carry that pressure, how they treat it as a privilege.
And right into that elbow once again. No, I think you worded it perfectly. These are two players at some point, I think everybody has a question, why these two? What's the difference? Everyone on Team China is lovely. Wang Manyu's incredible. What about all the others? But there's just a certain level of class and beyond.
Yeah.
That's just so admirable, the way they carry themselves. I know for Wang Chuqing, despite having a dominant record against Ma Long, having Ma Long here, he always looked up to him. And we'll see. We've got some big matches to come on table number 1 today, some big team ties, but no one's looking down on either of these players. More than literally, as we have this bird's eye view so you can appreciate where they stand. Now here's a question I can let you take. People always ask, why are players standing so far off to the side when they receive? For newbies, or people newer to the sport, I should say, it does look a bit peculiar.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to be biased towards a certain side if you feel as though you want to set up a certain strength and you feel as though you know where the ball's going to come to. If, for example, Elise Samara is going to try and serve long to middle, you'll see Xia adjust to stand centrally at the table to try and take it on with the backhand, if it better allows her to nullify the spin on the ball.
It's funny, my common answer to that question has changed a little bit in recent times because of the popularity of the backhand over the table, or the banana flick, or Chiquita. Liu Shiwen in the house, 2019 world champion. Xiao Zhan, personal coach for Zhang Jike in the women, and Wang Liqin right there. 3 consecutive, not consecutive, 3 world championship titles as men's singles.
Yeah.
But he was dominant. You can find pictures of him online with his shirt off, and you will be inspired.
And Liu Shiwen, all-time leader in terms of World Cup wins, 5. Xia playing catch-up. She won her 3rd on the bounce this year.
We just talked about the royalty watching in the house. This is rarely a way to win, but left-handed Europeans versus right-handed Chinese.
And we have got the legendary Dane Michael Mays in the house. We had the butterfly party earlier on in the week. Flashbacks to the Worlds there.
Hashtag left-handed Europeans versus right-handed Chinese. Oh, Hao Shuai was left-handed.
He was lefty.
Oh, man. So we've got 5 match points as I slowly pull my foot out of my mouth. And it's Xia, 1 point away from getting the cream cheese ready. And not even time for a net. She was trying. Ellie said, hey, give me a chance. I wanted to put on a show, remember? And Xia was like, yeah, sorry, you saw who's watching? She just didn't recognize. She would have done it, of course. She would have accepted. That is, when you are in that position, it's the player who's trailing who's able to throw in the flag of exhibition. So back in the Li Ning racket cases, 3, 4, and 5. Why was 2 afraid of 3? Because 3, 4, 5. That's right. Xia has creamed up that bagel. And Ellie Samara with a big smile once again. Oh, look at that. Cream cheese, butter, whatever it is, it could be melted right now, but the relationship between these two, you gotta love it. Respect from the legend to the star. She's not old enough yet to be a legend, but Xia is, without a doubt, well on her way. Wang Manyu and Bernie Such coming up next. Kwai Man and Andrea Dragoman, a guaranteed match in this one. And we'll see. Spectators would love a 4th and a 5th. Yes, please, give us more. Team Romania, that's going to be up to you. So, Sparkle Toes, Bernadette Such, Romania's leading lady, will be battling against a 2021 world champion, a woman who's been in incredible form recently, Wang Manyu. Stick around, that match is coming up next. Hey now, DJ Tanner, because this is a packed house. Oh shoot, full house. Ruined that one anyway. Team China didn't. Took the first match here over Team Romania's Ellie Samara, and now we've got a new tale to tell you. 5-0 the head-to-head between Wang Manyu and Bernadette Such. World rank number 2. She would completely be world rank number 1 if it weren't for Xia. I guess that's true of any number 2 behind a world number 1. Bernadette Such with an incredible record as we come in to the Tata coin toss.
Red or blue? Blue for Romania, red for China. It is blue. Side. Service.
So 2 coin tosses, 1 and 2 sides chosen here. Adam Bobrow alongside Fraser Riley for the racket reveal. Fraser, good to have you back.
Wonderful to be here. Match number 2. The Trixie Pixie Bernie Soch against the world number 2, Wang Manyu. What a treat this is going to be, Adam.
Yeah, not so many women using pink on their rackets right now, but the first time she used it, right after it was allowed in the game, well, she took the first game off of Ding Ding, the Queen of Hearts. So that was quite a statement, and her sponsor would be pretty thrilled about that. I think any sponsor would be thrilled for Team Romania after their celebrations last night and the performance they pulled off against, well, defending medalists in Team France.
Yeah, that was an incredible victory there over the Busan bronze medalists. Here's Bernie Soch, who has taken Wang Manyu very, very close before at the finals in Fukuoka. But let's check out that victory, Adam.
Yeah, well, maybe not that victory, but Yuan Jianan, I think we might have a chance to see. That was a big one. The high toss serves. You remember when Yuan Jianan started twiddling the racket to serve with their short pips? Well, tomahawk Bernie and a nail-biting fourth. Massive celebration. Talk about shaking it up. This was pure emotion, unadulterated. Oh man, what a moment to share. Look at that. Sometimes you just can't contain yourself. When it's genuine, you can't fault it. There's nothing to be said, but the emotions right there took them to the next level. But what was underneath to fuel that performance was a clear focus and motivation for a moment like that. But what about this now 27-year-old Wang Manyu?
World champion in Houston back in 2021, a world doubles champion as well. We see Josh Reynolds, a fellow Yorkshireman like myself. Shout out to Halifax Table Tennis Club. What an experienced umpire he is. But yeah, Wang Manyu, just impending doom when she winds back. Incredibly athletic, gets all the balls back, even when she's not in position, it seems.
Man, it's crazy to think that she's been this good for 9 years. 9 years ago, she stepped onto the map as an 18-year-old, exact same time as Xia. Sorry, Josh. I'll give you your chances later. Here we go. Second match. Love all.
One love.
That's deep. The Bob Marley quote there from Joshua Reynolds, our Yorkshire umpire, who we love. Similar facial hair to the Yorkshire commentator. So smooth. Wang Manyu right now just seems to be gliding.
Yeah, being a slightly taller player, say, than Sun Ying-sha or a fair few players, she has to be, to a degree, more backhand-based. So the way that she injects pace with that venomous backhand is frightening.
It's an interesting point. Yeah, she's taller. You know, you've got Adina Diaconu on the other side, who's probably a similar height. Women of Romania tend to be a bit taller than average, but yeah, Wang Manyu, a lot of work to do.
She's come firing out the blocks here. Pedal to the metal. That shovel serve. Such a weapon.
It's gritty and grisly, thinking of shovels as weapons, but the serves out here that the Japanese women made quite a serve. And the Chinese women would then move on to dominate, but this is why it's not just the serve. It's the whole game around it, and not a point dropped yet for Wang Manyu.
1-6.
Curse of the commentator.
Happens, pal. Not having much of an issue there with the tomahawk. Such a side spinny serve.
7-1.
When's the last time you saw Bernie take a forehand stroke that ended her in a squatting position?
Yeah, so low. Limbo low.
Really had to take her chances there to put some pressure on.
7-2.
Okay, now a bit of momentum here.
A bit of pressure there from Soch into that crossover of Wang Manyu.
I've described her, and will continue to, as one of the most confident players I've ever seen. Oh, man, with authority. Coming through here. This right there. She's in the jurisdiction of Bernie Soch.
A pistol whipping rally. Soch coming in with the punch shot to finish.
Left. 4-7. Left. 4-7.
In case you're newer to table tennis, there's no limit to how many lets you can serve. A ball that touches the net and then comes down on the opponent's side immediately. And just to get specific, in theory, you could touch the net many times, as long as it doesn't touch your own side of the table before hitting the opponent's side.
How many is the most you've seen?
4?
Oh, yeah. Same here.
Nice. You remember when it was?
It was a few years ago at a Champions event.
Ooh. Might have been in a similar seating arrangement with you. But in terms of seeding right now, one of the top seeds here, Wang Manyu with a much-needed point after a bit of momentum. Bernie Soch finds some answers. You highlighted her match against Ni Xiaolian just yesterday. Highlighting that is epic.
Yeah. 3 down at the European Games, but Wang Manyu swatting it home.
And all that. Hey, look who it is. It's Li Ning himself. Wow. The man, the brand. That's like Mr. Nike.
11-4. Game.
Wow. Most people don't know that. Li Ning is the Nike of China. It's a massive brand. And as a massive victory here to take control for Wang Manyu, the sponsor of the Chinese team, the Ball Kids. It's internationally known. You can go anywhere in the world, you can buy Li Ning, but not the man himself. The clothing, the products, yes. An Olympic gold medalist. Wow, what an honor. Well, Ma Lin with Wang Manyu preparing for game number 2. Things are looking up here for Team China, the women. Since 2012,
Second game.
won every.
Romania to serve. Lobo.
I got you this time, Josh. Won every single World Team Championships.
1 love.
Ah, fired up, Bernie.
With the twinkle toes. Romania's #1 player.
Volcano vocals.
Yeah. Came across that backhand nicely.
1 love.
Very wristy backhand. Usually a little bit higher trajectory than the drive of Manu, as you can see. They're taking control right off the bat, literally and figuratively.
Shoot, man. There we that replay. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something related to Chun Shing Tong's zipper, I think, on the jacket.
2-1.
Good clarification always. Wang Manyu. Strong start again, shovel serve, but mixing up the placement very well. Deep to the backhand.
Yeah. Going into that middle as well. And there you see her taking authority, taking the reins. It's just so instinctive. This is chess at 1,000,000 miles an hour, yet she always seems in position.
Check. Wow, the power, Bernie. Now, we've talked over the years about shorter rallies. When you're the underdog, you want shorter rallies because it's like your chances of winning a best of 3 are much better than winning a best of 7 against someone stronger than you. Ooh. And Alex Honnold off the net here as it climbs and scales down the other side. It's not that the ball isn't afraid, it's that the ball has so much experience doing challenging things. It's calibrated, and look at the score. So is the score line, 3 points apiece.
And again, Manu just getting her nose in front as they trade points.
The gold leaf lettering on the fan banners here. You'll see a lot of Sha posters. Wang Manyu's fan club has been quite vocal and amazing here in London. Tastefully vocal. It's a good vocal.
Yeah.
It's like, since we're in England, it's like Radiohead fans or Tool fans. You just know right away that these are people that feel deeply, and it's the same with Wang Manyu fans. Timing, Bernie.
Yeah, electric with that backhand there. The first one was a drive. The second one was more awkward for Wang Manyu to return. Even though it wasn't into the crossover, you can see it was wider.
Yeah, and you could see the logo on that limited edition 100-year anniversary ball.
5-0.
Good bend. Taking her chances, but she has to move quickly to get in to create this angle with the backhand.
Got to keep that weight forward against Wang Manyu. Well played. Bernie Soch oozing confidence here.
This is what I always wonder. This is something that they have to have trained for. We've seen closed-door training camps and read articles about how the Chinese team will put clappers in the hands of players. It could have been Wan-Rui Bo sitting there, or maybe the younger generation, let's say.
Simulating a real event.
Yes. Talking about preparing for European fans. Because culturally, it's very different. There's respect. It's all respect, but it's preparation to make sure that they're not fazed when they hear screams where they wouldn't normally. Jayo on the hat there, add oil, go for it. The academic history behind the cheer.
8-5.
Fascinating story, but so is this match. Fraser, what are you feeling?
Again, it's just Bernie Soch's belief. It's not like she's from an Asian country. It's not like she's from Team Japan, who've been second best to Team China since I can remember. She's a European, yet she's so confident against the Chinese. More, you'd have to say, than anybody else. A player who's beaten Sun Ying-Shao, like you said, Adam. A player who's beaten the two-time Olympic champion, Chen Meng, twice.
It'd be nice to add Wang Manyu to your Pokédex.
Could the sixth time be the charm?
7-8.
These are 2 big points for Wang Manyu. Why not call the timeout? All the way? That's usually the way it goes. After all, what, Bernie was down 4-5? Okay, so 4 straight points for Bernie.
8-all.
Ooh, that yellow card's getting really enthusiastic here. You can feel it just bubbling to jump out of a wallet. Maybe that's what they call it. A wallet. 8 points apiece, back in level.
Time out here. Interesting.
Yeah. Ooh, that confidence. So I think this is also confidence from Andre Philemon. And of course, Bernie Such to say, you know what? I want to save it for later. I believe that this isn't going to be 3-0.
And we saw yesterday Philemon calling it, and Soch was annoyed at him that it wasn't her decision.
Left. Please, players are ready.
Well said, Joshua
9-8.
Reynolds. Oh, that long push, the last long push from the backhand was such a beautiful shot. It came out of nowhere.
Oh, well, how did she spin that, grease that, Wang Wenyu? That was pinpoint precision from Soch.
And 75% the serve success of Wang Manyu with the last 2 serves in this game. Bernie Such 52%. Man, you could argue that that's 50-50, that she'll end this game on these 2 serves. Yay, math. Right? Yeah. Jia, right in the middle there. Always good to see. Sitting next to the next generation, but Jia, similar to Deng Yaping, the gentle giant in her setup. It's game point for a 2-0 lead for Manyu. Oh my goodness, the coin flip was more than that. It was a backhand that could not be bothered to get on through Bernie. Confidence on both sides of the table, but a clenched fist. The philosopher, Wang Manyu, is 1 game away from a 2-0 lead to put China in a wonderful position against an ever-strong women's team Romania.
点太晚了，你知道，点少一点，正常等一点就行了，好吧？这个没问题。啊，现在还是这个计划书里边，尽量简单化就完了。接完后面跟上前进就行，自己发球现在没问题吧？先决计划书里有点难受，坚决一点，接完前死就完了嘛，准备对吧？然后有机会，没问题，都很好啊，看好。 出手不乱啊 ！OK， 加油！加油！你们变啊！
Go to that. Third game, China to serve. Love.
Hey, congratulations, yellow card. You finally had your chance to shine. In case you're curious what it's for, the truth is I don't know, but we could surmise that it's most likely related to time coming back.
Yeah.
Ooh.
1-0.
Edge of the table here. Fraser. Bernie came incredibly close. She saved her timeout. You gave us some great insight as to possibly why. What do you think she might be thinking right now?
2-1.
I think she'll be angry. I think she'll be frustrated. She wants to get revenge against Wang Manyu here because Wang beat her at the Worlds last year in Doha.
Now here's a question. If she's angry, frustrated, and all the other words that fall into that category,
I think she'll use it as fuel to her fire. She's that type of character, Soch.
I am 1 more tally on that ballot.
She has an infectious level of confidence, but we are going to have to see some tactical change-ups. Wang Manyu was baiting the flick with her serve and driving that 3rd ball. Soch wasn't able to go toe-to-toe with her after that happened.
2-4.
Wow. A kiss to the pink there. That was a very ironic kiss, you could say, but she's been playing some incredible table tennis. Wow. Love-hate relationship sometimes. She's got the best. It's not always going to work out her way.
Free fall.
This is another thing. Let's talk about this point first. Take it away.
Yeah, it's just a great reverse. Let's say tomahawk serve there from Soch. Wang Manyu flicking, leaving that wide backhand exposed, and Soch spotting it. What were you going to say, Adam?
Just that sometimes as a competitor,
Far off.
it's tough to think like an objective third eye, crediting your opponent. We all know what it's like to be beaten by somebody and you just feel like, God, I lost that match. And then you see them play in the next round and go, geez, I didn't realize how good that person is. This person's better than I thought. We're tough on ourselves. We don't talk to ourselves the way we talk to our best friends. Not always.
Yeah.
Oh, burned by the burn master herself, Bernie out here. Turning the tides in this epic rally. The quality could not have been higher, but the finishing, this one's got highlights written on every single side.
Maybe that can be the confidence booster that Soch needs. Rolls it up and smokes it off the angle.
Star power bringing the scar power. If you're not familiar with that term, some points leave a scar on the brain. I think Fang Bo knows better than the rest of the world against Koki Niwa in Sweden in 2017. 1 point that would cost about 4 in a row. Nice turn.
And a nice change with the tomahawk serve going into the backhand of Wang Manyu.
I think we have to zoom out a little bit for context. If you're just joining the program, Bernie is the team leader. She's the staple. She was clutch with 2 victories to even get here. They need her now. And it's a must win. She doesn't win this game. Romania's down 0-2 with Wang Manyu and Xia waiting as backups in case they don't take it in 3. That is not a good bargain for any opponent.
Just see, technically speaking, the stability of Wang Manyu's backhand does exceed that of Bernadette Soch's. Usually a little bit of a different philosophy with the Asian women compared to the European women. The way they play, the timing, the contact. It can make it difficult for Wang Manyu because the ball sometimes does land a little bit more shallow on the table. But it can also make it easier for her to counter if the ball comes deep.
Break off the net here for Bernie and a squat, a Turkish squat there from Wang Manyu. Some delicious food over there. That said, Bernie needs whatever she can get right now. Oh, loaded. You talked about the backhands in Asia, but the hierarchy is long. Asia, then there's East Asia, then there's China, then there's Wang Manyu, who's one of the top 2 in the world and has been for quite some time. Stepping in front, 2 points away from a 2-0 lead.
Again, and when you're just pulling away when it gets to the later juncture of the match, and Soch needs to make a move now.
Ooh, soft block. It's funny, you mentioned third eye earlier on, which led to meditation, which leads to the talk of visualization and how mental this sport is. Not in a British English sense, but that too. And she did just tap her forehead. Look at this. 71 success, the percentage. Bernie's improved a bit now, 56% in the last 2 serves. In combination that this game will see, she sets up a game point to earn a 4th. What are you thinking?
She's not sure where this tomahawk's going to go, Wang Manyu. Oh, that was beautifully done from Bernie.
A head shake on the other side as if to say, I must do better on receive. So she does, and a big show, well-deserved to level the playing field. We've got ourselves goose.
Saving the game point of world number 2, poised before she struck.
Wow, fascinating how differently people respond to the same stimuli. And now it is match point for a 2-0 lead for Team China over the women of Romania. That elbow for a relatively tall Bernie Such. She finds the crossover, Wang Manyu. There it is, Wang Manyu closes the door. And a very emotional Bernie Such controls those emotions, but you can imagine after getting this close and the comebacks that she's capable of, that just give me a chance, give me one more game. I'm finally figuring it out. The last 2 games, a narrow margin victory as can be. But Wang Manyu and Bernie Such with a wry smile. You can imagine all the emotions inside right now. But she's confident, she's frustrated, but she's mature. She's a veteran of the game, and she'll be on the bench doing everything she can to be here for Romania. But on the other side, hats off to Wang Manyu, an underappreciated star. Absolute top of the game, just behind Sun Ying-sha, and showing what she's capable of here. Not a game dropped, back-to-back bagels. And now it'll be Kwai Man and Andrea Dragoman. Thoughts about this, Fraser?
Could be close. Kwai Man, the only Team China woman to lose a match here at the World Championships this year. Could Dragoman be the second European to beat Kwai Man? It's do or die for Team Romania.
We will see. Natalia Bayor setting the standards. And now, a moment of truth and a moment for you to get prepared for the next match with Kwai Man and Andrea Dragoman.
Welcome back inside the OVO Arena Wembley, where we rejoin the action on centre court. Semi-final, Team China. Is this the final chapter? Is this the final step for them to go into the final? Kwai Man against Andrea Dragoman. Dragoman with one heck of a challenge ahead of her. You'll see that tied head-to-head favors Kwai Man. They actually played each other a few days ago in the prelim event, and we'll talk about that a little bit closer to the time. It's the Tata coin toss.
Red and blue. Red for China and blue for Romania. You win the toss, the side, and service.
So Dragoman choosing to swap sides. Interesting. Lean in racket reveal time. Both players will come and collect their equipment, and then we will get underway with the warm-ups. So this is all for Dragoman to turn around. They played each other in the prelim event. I mentioned it. Kwai Man on that occasion proving too much. The 3-0 victory, and the final game in that matchup was 11-2. So it's really on this lady right here, Andrea Dragoman, in the moment, under the brightest lights, under all the pressure, trying to keep her nation in the world champs here. I'm delighted to welcome alongside me former England international Maria Sapsanos. How are you? Are you excited for this one? And what chances do you give Dragoman here?
It's a tall ask, if I'm being completely honest, for the Romanian on that side of the table. They had a bit of a later finish last night, celebrations all around, but right now they find themselves in a bit of a pickle, 2-0 down against Team China. Andrea Dragoman gonna have to find everything she can to beat this left-hander Kwai-Man, who has suffered a defeat in this tournament so far. She came at the hands of Natalia Bayo earlier on in the knockout stages, but I don't think that will faze her too much now.
A reminder of the match format then. This is a race to 3 games, a best-of-5 matchup. Like I say, will it be the final chapter in this Romanian story, or is there a turnaround coming? A nod to the fine equipment that's on offer here. DHS tables, T-bar floor, and the butterfly balls. Nothing but the best for the best in the world. What do you want to see, Maria, from, we start with Dragoman, from that Romanian corner? What do you want to see from her early here in game 1?
She's got to forget about the scoreline, the team scoreline here. She's just got to pretend that this is 0-0. This is the first game for Romania. They're going to start out nicely. And she's got to really impose her game. You know, Kwai-Man's so close over to the table. We'll be looking to, I was going to say, exploit that wide forehand, much like the lefties do. Much like we saw in that opening match with Sabine Winter and Hina Hayata as well. Sabine Winter being dragged out to that wide forehand. And could we see the same here with Kwai-Man and Dragoman?
Kwai-Man's just so much fun to watch as people think she may be the heir to the eventual throne once Sun Ying-sha passes on from our sport. Potential world #1 in... Just staggering serve receive.
Straight over. Delay here, you called that before it happened.
And then we broke out into a staggering rally where Dragoman really held her own. Ball just dropping in the net though, it's Kwai-Man's point. And for Dragoman, how much of this is about embracing the role of underdog as well? Knowing that the large majority in the OVO arena here do not want to see her win. She's got to embrace being that villain.
Yeah, she's played for Team Romania for some time now on this world stage. She will know what the fans are bringing behind her, but you can hear some Romanian fans out there, but often drowned out by the noise of the Chinese sea.
Yeah, they're a passionate bunch. They make a lot of noise, even if there's less of them. And it's another good point out right for Dragoman on the serve.
And a lovely parallel straight off the top of the bounce. You saw that she took Kwai-Man into the middle and then just exposed that wide angle. Perfect placement.
That was almost like you dare to use my own spells against me. That's what Kwai-Man does to everyone else.
And I do wonder, I know we spoke about Kwai-Man had suffered that defeat against Poland. I wonder if there's been some match analysis, I assume, of how Natalia Bayo got over the line. And if those tactics will be implemented here.
Oh!
That's a rocket from Dragoman.
Lift off in London. The sound of it.
Dragoman was pushed eventually away from the table. You saw the little spinny she played there. That wide angle. So much spin from Kwai-Man over the top of the table. And if she manages to push Dragoman back, you get the sense that then she starts to dominate the court.
Gotta try and stay close, does the Romanian. We're tied after 12 here, 6 apiece.
first 3 or 4 shots, but you know, when it gets to that latter stage in these exchanges, you do see her being forced back. Kwai Man holding herself.
So what can she do? Is it just a simple case of step forward, or?
It's difficult when Kwai Man has so much strength and so much power. I think Dragon Man needs to be utilizing that 3rd ball attack, that 5th ball as well. When she's close to the table, changing the angle, you can't play the placement to the same place. That's when they pick them off and dictate them.
Kwai Man really mixes control in with blistering power as well, doesn't she? Chinese fans in well attendance here. We see this time and time again on the WTT circuit. Kwai Man just happy to control.
But again, another excellent backhand from Dragon Man.
We mentioned that they met in the prelims. The most amount of points Dragonman could get in a game was 6. She's already beaten this by 2. Can she go further?
And she is so impressive, Dragonman. Really coming out with all the shots. That backhand, formidable for her at the moment. Can she hold this lead? Can she hold on?
Solid from Kwai Man.
And then they're just taking a little bit of the edge off the ball, you know, a little bit of the spin.
I love it when she does that. Table tennis, ASMR for the fans. And who saw this coming?
Very, very impressive display on by the Romanian here to set herself up with a game point.
But Kwai Man brings the thunder when she needs it. And it's now a deuce game. We will go to 1 serve apiece. Reminder, you need to win by 2 points. Kwai Man said it touched. Yeah.
Yes.
It just flipped the edge.
No dispute there from Dragon Man. That did clip the edge.
Dragonman's not disputing it, so it did. Great sportsmanship from Dragonman, to be honest. Oh, and it just slips away.
And you feel for Dragon Man here. She is the underdog in this game, and she is putting on a terrific performance. But Kwai Man, so much experience from the world number 7. Just getting herself over the line, saving game point to take this one 12-10.
A packed house in the OVO Arena, Wembley, for this semi-final. Maria for Dragonman. Will she take more positive from negative from that game, considering how the earlier one went, or will that feel like a huge chance missed?
A little bit of both there, Joe. So much positives to take from that first game, but so much disappointment from not clinching it. And now the momentum then switches to the Chinese player. slow, spinny shot there from Dragoman into the middle. Kwai-man just snatching at it.
1-2.
Chiseled, heavy backspin serve by Kwai-man there. As much as Dragoman tried to come underneath it.
And it's these cheaper points that really affect the psyche of Dragoman.
Kwai-man got it back to it. I didn't know if that was going to drop on, but again, utilizing that wide forehand area. Dragoman, powerful parallel play.
She's taking risks, has to at this stage. It's now or never for Romania. Such good play from both. Dragoman tried to take advantage, tried to step forward.
And you felt like Kwai-man was in the position to go, keep playing those to me, I'm right there. An unexpected chop in the middle of that one from Dragoman, and there are the Romanian fans that we were talking about.
And it's Kwai-man now who has a 2-point advantage in the second game. There's been a lot of shots that Dragoman has played up the lines. Is that an intentional strategy, do you think?
I think definitely, you know,
Please play.
it's easier to play that shot across court, so a lot of players then get ready for it to come across. You can give them a little bit of element of surprise, especially into a left-hander's deep backhand. That angle that you can get makes it a lot harder for them. But Dragoman levels the score.
The ball went up as high as Big Ben. Dragoman sending it to the sky. And watch the fade.
That is accuracy at its finest.
And the Chinese bench applauds, a rueful smile on the face of Dragoman.
And again, that parallel being exposed by both players. It's seeming whoever manages to get in first with that shot starts to dominate the rally a little bit more. Kwai-man with the 2-point advantage now. But she is not letting up. She is not letting that first game defeat affect her at all.
Maintains that 2-point advantage.
Just so solid on those open-ups. The whole of the Chinese team.
Kwai-man ranked inside the top 10, currently at number 7.
And it goes up again. Oh, I thought we were going to see another ball in the sky by Dragoman, but she tried to attack it. But Kwai-man effortlessly holds her off.
And it brings Kwai-man within 2 game points here in the second. make that one.
6
A nod of approval from the Chinese youngster. She has 4 game points here.
Lip. 6-10.
And she gets it done.
11-6, game 2.
Ushuen on the bench, former world #1. More gold than Fort Knox applauds because her team are within millimeters of the final now. Kwai Man is up 2-0 on Dragoman.
啊，白转为主，如果说看他上比较接的时候开始，完成一个感应连接感应防守，啊，这个感应白转为主，白转明显要回上，他基本就慢从你的场换过来，想要反转就反转。Cred că ai foarte greu să dai, cât poți să-i dai acolo și când așa nu mai încerca, mai ales când stai, nu mai încerca să puși. Nu mai încerca, fă-i ceva. Ori te bagi la chita, ori intri în ea și dai. Că pe alea trase e foarte greu de la stânga și dreptate e foarte greu să pună cu forehand-ul. Deci dacă te-a prins la forehand, fă ceva, orice.
Last final words from Andre Filimon, Romania coach. Corner trying to motivate.
China to serve. Level.
But the body language of the rest of Team Romania look like the energy has been sapped from them. It looks like they know this is inevitable now.
Kwai Man on a roll. Momentum really with the Chinese player. Dragoman is going to have to pull something spectacular out the bag to keep her team in it.
Left.
Tactically, what do you think there is that she can do?
It's super, super tough to be on the other side of the table. Dragoman just needs to keep persevering.
She needs a few more like that.
Yeah, quick, rapid backhands, switching it into the forehand. Pushing Kwai Man away from the table, which we haven't seen so much of. Just a half-long receive. Takes Kwai Man by surprise. Dragoman still within. And she levels the score here. Great mentality from the Romanian.
Just fires a forehand long, Dragoman. But it was good from a system point of view that she got the opportunity. Still willing to take risks. Wow.
That was rapid. And again, utilizing that parallel that we spoke about before. She's got to take her chances like that.
And that's the third time in recent memory that Kwai Man has overcooked it. Hit the ball long. Just wonder if there'll be a Chinese timeout sometime soon if this continues to be split 50-50 this game. This is what Kwai Man does so well as well, the control.
And we speak about Dragoman, she really did get in. She got that wide angle. When you're putting so much into the shot, and Kwai-man is just over the top of the table saying, hello, I'm here, I'm gonna play that back to you. You have to recover quicker. And a lovely half-long receive from Kwai-man. Forces the error on Dragoman. She's still got to go for those kind of shots, though. She's still got to try and get herself in. Just like that, the backhand working superbly for Dragoman.
And it brings us to the second towel break of this must-win for Romania. 12 points played, and it's 6 apiece. Marlin looking onwards. It's really the Kwai-man trademark, that inside-out forehand.
And you thought Dragoman had got herself back into the rally. But as we said, Kwai-man just willing to play so many more shots and takes the 2-point advantage in this game. But Dragoman's backhand is something else. It's keeping her alive.
Yeah, Dragoman is dragging Kwai-man back into a tussle here. Make that 8 apiece. But this is so often where the very best in the world just edge away, isn't it?
Change of direction from Kwai-man, dragging Dragoman out to that wide forehand, and then around the corner again.
And that takes Team China 2 points away from the final. 1 point away from the final. Their toes are on the finish line. But it's 2 Dragoman serves to come. As Andre Philemon looks on. What a spirited performance all week from the Romanians. Is it finally about to come to an end here in London?
Not quite yet. Dragoman fighting on, resilient as ever. What a great point to keep her in. And she's got another serve to keep Romania in.
What a way to stay alive in this matchup.
And what a strong head on the shoulders of Dragoman. In the face of defeat, she is keeping herself in it and keeping Team Romania alive in this semi-final. A third match point now for Kwai-man. And a third match point for the whole of Team China to take them through.
And it is a timeout called in the corner of Team China.
这站太斜了，最好站过来一点。能摆的吗？能摆的更好，好吗？然后把那个半侧旋的正好摆上了，没问题。这摆的这钩子能摆上更好的，要实在摆不好摆，脑袋也行，看完后半咱俩选择，自己看没问题，好吗？啊，自己看没关系，没关系，这都看你自己，想摆就摆，没问题。感觉到那你就往正正。 就是短的，好，然后
他们给我就把样子侧来放一放，
顺着放一长，对，
这种接完之后再这么转，
后面跟他们衔接就完了，对吧？没关系，胆大一点，现在都领先了，怕什么？没问题啊，真晃来自己发球吧，小心 吃饭可以，他过来顶你说这个，如果说他一轻推轻跑往后摘的，然后吃东西之后，哎，直接锁的直线到这里。好了啊，先把接下球抢好，没关系啊。胆大啊，胆大啊，好吧。
So as Kwai-man steps back onto court with a match point, our production team are telling us that there was a good conversation going on between Coach Marlene about you're winning. No worries, go for it. Can you get a big forehand in? And Kwai-man said, yes, I can. Cameras are out for what would be another historic moment for this storied nation in this sport. And she gets it done. Smiles from both. Kwai-man with the control, and it seals the deal for Team China.
Yes, China go through to the gold medal match. But you can see by that scoreline, Dragoman held her team in for as long as she could, but Kwai-man, the world number 7, manages to get the better. Team Romania not looking too disappointed. They've had an absolutely amazing tournament so far. Bernadette Soch, they're still eyeing out the opponent.
Yeah, special mention required for this Romanian team, a team that has been just an echo, a distant fading memory in the medal halls of World Championships. Not since year 2000, when they got a bronze in their hands in Kuala Lumpur, but now Romania has another team to be proud of. It's the time of Bernadette Soch, of Eli Samara, of Dragoman, who we saw there, of Elena Zaharia and Adina Diacono, who will inspire the next generation. They have more than earned their bronze medal here, but it is China who get through into the final, and more importantly, it is Team China versus Team Japan who will fight it for the gold, for all the marbles, here at the 100th edition of the ITTF World Team Championships. What a final that will be, a rematch from an absolute epic 2 years ago in Busan, where Team China found themselves 2-1 down, but look at that from Bernie and Wang Yu, sharing a moment, and rightly so. Team Romania deserve the smiles. So to recap, the world number 1, the most dominant woman on the planet, stepped up 3-0 against Eli Samara. Wang Yu then against the player you just saw, Bernadette Soch. Wang Yu, world number 2, getting it done, and then Kwai-man just putting out the flames of a spirited performance from Andrea Dragoman. We are going to hear from Wang Yu, who is on court with our very own Adam Bobrow. We're going to get her thoughts about Team China into the final.
I'm with the philosopher, Wang Manyu, world number 2, straight on through. Manyu, congratulations on another wonderful victory. You played them just a few days ago, but they had a lot of confidence this time around. Seemed a little different. What did you guys change? And talk to me about the team's performance.
首先，恭喜王曼玉又拿下一场非常精彩的胜利。罗马尼亚队呢，在几天前的时候呢，他们打得也非常好，然后他们也非常自信。那么对于他们来说，今天这个比赛你们做哪些调整？然后说一下今天球队整体的表现。
我觉得确实在昨天的8进4的比赛，也是罗马尼亚队打得非常的好，然后也是感觉今天的比赛他们更能够去享受，也在一个非常轻松的状态下去交手。然后我觉得我们首先还是做好了每一分都去专注比赛，然后齐心协力吧，然后打得还可以。
So Team Romania in yesterday's competition, they did very well. They performed very well. And so I think today they were very relaxed and they really enjoyed the match today. As for our team, we just try to get to each point and be focused on our games. And we work together to have this win.
Well, it's worked out so far, and it's going to be Team China, the women, in another World Team Championships finals. how will you prepare for this final battle tomorrow?
那么现在中国女队又一次成功地闯入了决赛，会做哪些准备呢？
对于明天的决赛，我们也是非常的期待。然后，面对明天的决赛，希望我们也能够团结一致，然后齐心协力的去拼下每一分吧。
So for tomorrow's competition, we're actually very excited and we really look forward to it. I think our team will be united and fight every battle and give it our best.
Well, we know this and we expect exactly the same from you. Congratulations and keep fighting. We'll see you tomorrow in the final.
Thank you.
So a thank you and a smile from the world number 2, Won as she signs the camera here in London. I'm sure the rest of... She's going to sign a ball that a fan is going to get hands on. What a piece of history to take away. And that ball is signed by everyone on the team, including Shasha. What an absolute rocket Won just fired into the crowd. She's going to be very, very happy with catching that. Maybe a career in baseball for that young lady right there. But just like that, the most dominant female team on the planet, propelled by Shasha, are into the final. 64 teams started this race and only 2 remain in the race for gold. It is the rematch from 2 years ago. The teams have changed since then on both sides, but this rivalry hasn't, and the world-class level is just as high. It's going to be such a titanic tussle for gold tomorrow. But to come later on, 5 p.m. local time, around 3 hours time, oh, look at that, Chinese Taipei up against Team Japan, and then Team China up against Team France. We will see you later on with the best in the world.